Good day, everyone. So today we'll be discussing virtual work method. So this is the last method for the determinate beams, but actually, it is not only applicable for beams but also for trusses. Before we proceed with beams, let us try first to apply it on trusses. So what is virtual work method? Okay, so virtual work method works on trusses. So the general formula for us to determine the deflection of any point at any joint of the truss using virtual work method is 1 multiplied to the displacement is equal to N times NL over AE, wherein 1 here is the 1 unit load, the delta here is the deflection, and here is the internal virtual. So actually we have here virtual, okay? Virtual, when we say virtual, not actually the reality, di ba? So we have a virtual and we also have here the real roads. Okay, just like conjugate, so we have the real beam and conjugate beam. Now we have virtual and real. So on our equation, we have virtual load or virtual unit load, the actual displacement, the internal virtual normal force, okay, the real normal force, real load, length of the member AE. So if you will recall, so from your strength of materials, if I'm not mistaken, you have solved the displacement of the joint of the trusses. For example, you have your truss, okay, yan, you have here a truss, and then you want to determine the displacement of this joint. So from your strength of materials, you are only you can only solve 3 members of the trust, but if that is more than 3 members, you can no longer solve that using the ano method ba yon? Using the actual loads only, yung PL over AE. Actually, you use PL over AE, no, from the strength of materials. Yan, PL over AE. Well, in fact, this PL over AE, ito rin yun. And here is actually your real normal force. P here is normal force, di ba? So, ano lang nadagdag sa formula? Meron lang tayong in-apply na virtual force. Okay? May in-apply lang tayo na virtual external load. So, ibig sabihin, we have 2 calculations here. First is the virtual, next is the real loads acting on your structure. We will try to calculate the internal actual force acting on your structure given with the real loads and virtual unit load. Okay? So, in fact, familiar na sa inyo to, no? Itong N, which is also P here, NL over AE. So, ang nadagdag lang is delta, the deflection that we are calculating. Again, we are calculating here per joint, no, per displacement of displacement per joint. Okay, N and 1. So, kahit gaano pang karaming joint yan, we can calculate the displacement of that joint. Okay? So, these are the procedure of analysis. First, determine the actual force in all members of the truss caused by the actual load. So, we can use method of joints or method of section, kahit ano dyan. But method of joints is preferable here. Why? Because all of the members should be calculated. So, lahat ng members, ika-calculate natin. So, even one joint lang, for example, meron tayong truss na napakarami dyan. O napakarami member. And then we only want to calculate the displacement of this joint. So we are not only after for the actual loads nito. So ang kukumpitin natin lahat ng actual loads nito. So meaning, the method of joints is the preferable one. Okay? Yan. So, method of joint. So, mararecall natin yan dito. Number 2, apply a unit load at the joint where the displacement will be solved. Okay, the direction of the unit load will be assumed first. So, after calculating the member of forces, so using the real loads, real application of loads, now we will apply the unit load on the joint that we intend to calculate the displacement. So the direction of the unit load will be assumed. Okay. So number 3, determine the force in all members of the truss caused by the unit load. So method of joints is preferable. Now, after applying a unit load, we will calculate the force members, just like what we've done here on the step number 1. Okay? So same lang gagawin, but we have different loadings on the same structure. Okay, next, prepare a tabular presentation of the solution. Take note that N is the data from step 1, N is the data from step 3. L is the actual length of the member. Solve for the data for the last column using the formula N and L over A, which is the deflection. So just like this one, no? For example, you only have you have 2 members, when in fact we will be having a lot of members later on, depending on the truss that we are solving. Okay, so this will be your table, no? So N L A. It's up to you on how you will generate your table, but it is really the important here is the N L over A, and then and then after that, no, you will take the sum of this last column to determine the displacement. If the sum is negative, it means the actual direction of the displacement is opposite to the assumed direction of the unit load. If you will recall, no, you apply a unit load at the joint where the displacement will be solved. So the direction of the unit load will be assumed first, no? So assumption lang yung direction ng unit load. So therefore, hindi mo sure kung tama ba yung direction na yon. So ito yung magsasabi sa niyan. Pag negative yung lumabas, so yung assumption mo nito is wrong. Pero pag positive, tama yan. Okay? So of course, mas magigets natin to kung i-apply natin yan sa sample problem. Okay? So let's say we have here truss loaded. Okay, so we have 4 member, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so the truss loaded as shown is made up of steel, given that with the modulus of elasticity of 200 gigapascal. The cross-sectional area of AB and CD is 300 square millimeters. That of AD and BC is 400 square millimeter. And that for BD is 500 square millimeter. Using virtual work method, what is the horizontal displacement of D? What is the vertical displacement of D? What is the total displacement of D? What is the total displacement of B? Okay, first step natin, of course, to solve the reaction first, no? Solve the reaction using the real load. So these are real loads, no? So later on, we will remove the real loads and replace it with unit load. Okay, so the first step or the first procedure is solve the actual forces. Solve the actual forces of each member using this applied real loads. Okay, solve muna natin yung reaction since we'll be solving all the member forces. So, summing moment at A. So I will no longer show how to calculate the reaction, no? So, sige, pakita. Okay, summing moment at A. So, mag-upward yan. So, ganito guys, no? Kapag ka sa summing moment, summing forces, horizontal man yan o vertical, so, mas maganda hindi na kayo nag-assume. Tingnan nyo na agad yung mangyayari. Okay, so magsasum tayo moment at A. Si 30 kN, clockwise siya, papunta sa A. Si 45 kN, clockwise siya, papunta sa A. Of course, itong vertical, only vertical force na ibibigay nito, no? So, dapat, hindi siya pwedeng mag-downward. Bakit? Tutulungan niyang clockwise din to. So, dapat mag-counterclockwise na siya, di ba? So, hindi ka na mag-a-assume. Nakikita mo na agad yung direction. So, as you move to the next topics or yung mga subjects, dapat familiar na kayo sa mga direction. So, titingnan nyo pa lang yung figure, alam nyo na agad yung direction ng forces dyan. O tulad nito, nalaman na agad na upward to kasi dapat mag-counterclockwise. So, solve natin yung force. So, 30 times 3 plus 45 times 4 divided by, 4. So, that is equal, ang laki, 30 times 3. Okay, so that is equal to 67.5. Okay, so sa aming vertical forces mo na lang, so alam ko na magda-downward na to. Bakit? Kasi ano ba yung mga vertical forces na nag-a-appear dyan? So ito lang naman, 45 tsaka 67.5. So kung mag-upward din to, edi tutulungan niya palalo tong malakas na to, no? So dapat ito yung tutulungan niya na 45. So dapat downward na to. Okay, downward na to. So kulang si 45 ng ilan? Ng 22.5. Okay, so ano pa yung mga forces na sa reaction? So ito of course alam ko na going to the left to kasi this is only the horizontal reaction dito, di ba? Ayan, tapos may going to the right tayo, this is 30. Ayan. So mag-method of joints na tayo. So in method of joints, we can start with the easiest joint wherein doon lang, onti lang yung member. Tsaka meron ding nagsi-zero force member. Okay, if you will recall the zero force member, di ba? So, it is better to choose those joint na may mga zero force member agad. Saan yon? Saan yung nakita nyo na may zero force member agad? Of course, dito sa joint C. Okay? So, sa joint C, ano yung zero force member dyan? Okay, mag-start tayo dito sa joint C. Ayan, so imagine, no? Ito yung ina-analyze natin, joint C. So, may downward force tayo. Okay, so malalaman ko na agad yung magiging direction ng you don't need to isolate, no, when you are solving or when you're showing your solution. Okay, you don't need to isolate each joint. Diba, at joint C, so yan, I don't need that solution, no, kasi medyo mahaba yan. Sa ano na tayo, theory. At joint C, gaganito mo siya, no. So ito yung mga forces mo, ganyan. Tapos kunyari, ito yung member, ito yung CB, tapos i-assume yung direction na BC. So, you don't need to do this, no? So, you can just actually show it on your frame, on the truss itself, no? For example, ito na yung joint natin, okay? Okay, so this is downward force. Of course, ano yung magiging resistance netong member na to? Okay, there are only two forces na mag-act dito na vertically. So, itong member na to at saka itong external force. So, there is no way na bumaba rin to kasi tutulungan niya lalo yan, di ba? So, dapat towards the joint yung reaction dito. Towards the joint. If that is towards the joint, ano nga ulit yan? Is that compression or tension? Kapag towards the joint, that is compression. Di ba? So, take note, no, mahalaga dito yung compression and tension kapag magsusolve tayo later on ng deflection. Okay, this is compression. So, dapat, all throughout this member, compression siya. So, on joint B, sa joint B, dapat itong member, compression din siya. So, yung direction niya ng force dito is ganito. Okay, so ano yung magiging member force nito? So, sa aming vertical forces at joint C, may 45 ka down, wala namang ibang mag-resist dyan. So, by just titig method, no? Titigan mo lang siya. Ano yung magiging force nito? 45 din. Which is yun din yung force nito. 45. So, lagyan ko lang ng negative para ma-identify natin na compression siya. But actually, kahit di mo naman lagyan nito, kasi may direction pa naman. Okay, para lang hindi tayo malito. Lagyan ko ng negative, no? Okay? So, meron na tayong member force CB, which is compression. Okay, next. So, ito, ano magiging member force na ito? 0 na yan. Okay? 0 yan. Bakit ko nasabing 0? Kasi wala namang i-resist to na force horizontal. Sa aming horizontal forces, wala siyang i-resist na force. Okay? Kaya, 0 na agad to. Okay, saan tayo pwede mag-start pa? So, dito ang pangit mag-start kasi may naka-incline. So, yun. So, mag-start ka sa doon sa madali lang ma-analyze, no? For example, ito. Madali lang siya ma-analyze kasi tingnan mo. So, sa aming vertical forces, ito downward. So, itong member na to, dapat mag-upward siya. Diba? At joint A tayo, no? So, if that is upward, so on this joint, ano yung implication yan? That is a tension force away from the node A. Node A kasi pag ang tawag natin dito sa structural application, nodes mga tawag dyan. No? Nodes. That's sa mga ETAG, STAAD, yung nodes yung mga tawag natin dyan. Okay, so pag away from the nodes, okay, away from the nodes or joint, so that is tension. Okay, so dapat tension din siya at joint D, itong member AD. So, away from the node. So, ilagay mo na agad yung direction para pag in-analyze mo to, hindi ka na malito. Okay? So, anong magiging value niyan? So, that is 22.5, di ba? So, sa aming horizontal forces naman, so, going to the left to, of course, going to the right siya. Okay? Tension siya, tension din siya dapat dito. Anong value niya? So, this is 30. So, this is 30. Tension, no? Positive is tension. So, ano na lang kulang na joint? B and D. So, we can actually analyze at joint D. Okay? Ayan. At joint D, okay, tingnan natin, no? So, malalaman ko agad yung magiging direction nito kung titingnan ko yung joint D. Okay, tingnan natin yung joint D. Kung meron kang downward dito, okay, downward siya. So, ano dapat? Dapat may magka-counteract sa kanya, no? Na member. So, wala namang ika-counteract to na upward. Wala tong component na upward. Ano lang yung may component na upward? So, itong member na to. So, there is no way na mag-downward to. So, dapat upward yung direction niya. Para may vertical component siya na upward. Okay? So, compression ito at joint D, compression din to. So, anong magiging value niya? So, sa aming vertical forces na lang, di ba? By sa aming vertical forces, so 22.5 should be equal to the vertical component of this member DB. So X times, ano ba yung vertical component nito? So this is 345. Okay, 345. Yan. So that is 345. So 3/5. Yan. That is the vertical. So the member BD is equal to 37.5. That is compression towards the node, no? So that is compression. Ayan. So what is the beauty on analyzing of thrust, no? Na lahat yan ina-analyze mo yung each member. Okay. May matitira laging isang joint diyan. Okay. Na solve mo na lahat ng member forces. Pero may natira pang isang joint. Okay, which you can use to check if your calculated forces are correct. No, yun yung gagandahan. So, never ka magkakamali sa method of joints or never ka magkakamali mag-calculate ng mga forces dito kasi may pang-check ka. And ito, may isang joint ka lagi na matitira na pang-check mo nung mga na-calculate mo. Okay, so try natin i-check. Okay, sa aming vertical forces, so dapat 0 yan, di ba? Sa aming vertical forces, 67.5 upward, may downward ka na 45, may downward ka na 37.5, but it should be the vertical component na 3/5. Is that 0? Yes, 0. Okay? So sa aming horizontal forces, may going to the left ka, 30, going to the right na horizontal component ng 37.5. Horizontal component is 4/5. Okay, that is positive pala, going to the right. Yan. That's 0. So, which means correct yung mga na-solve natin. Okay? So, this is now your member forces using the real load. So, that's the first step. Second step. Okay? So, for the second step, alamin natin kung ano yung intended natin na gustong makalculate yung displacement. So, let's say for the first question, what is the horizontal displacement of D? So, on this second step, no, we will apply now a virtual unit load. Doon sa intended na gusto natin malaman yung displacement. So, sa question na to, horizontal displacement of D. So, we are going to put so we already remove here the real loads. What we are going to do is to apply a virtual unit load. Unit, when we say unit, 1 unit load. Okay? Unit lang siya. Unit lang. You know? So, hindi mo pwedeng pagsabayin yung pag-compute ng displacement ni D at ni B. Paisa-isa lang. Kung si D muna, D muna. Okay? So, apply natin si 1 unit load, horizontal displacement. So, kung horizontal displacement ang hinahanap mo, dapat yung 1 unit load should be acting horizontally. So, it doesn't matter kung paano mo siya ilalagay. Is it going to the left or right? So, walang kaso yan. Kasi at the end of the day, you will know kung tama ba yung direction. Kasi once na nilagay mo to, ina-assume mo, halimbawa, I want to calculate the horizontal displacement at B. Then, in-assume ko na going to the right yung displacement. So, dapat, kung assumption mo yung going to the right yung displacement ng joint B, dapat yung virtual unit load mo is going to the right din. Assumption lang naman to. Pero may mga case na you don't need to assume naman, no? But again, hindi naman problema kung mali yung assumption mo kasi makikita mo naman na mali yung assumption. So, hindi mo kailangan ulitin yung calculation pag mali. Magne-negative lang yan sa dulo. Okay? Pero kung nakikita mo yung real loads mo, halimbawa, ito, may real loads ka dito. Nakikita mo yung mga real loads mo dyan na nag-act na ganyan, alam mo na yung magiging displacement na ito, di ba? So, kung horizontal yung pinag-uusapan, of course, kung may nag-act ka ng horizontal 30 kN, yung magiging displacement nito is going to the right, no? Di ba? Kasi going to the right yun. Pero kung may mga cases kasi na medyo mahirap i-identify, so, yun. So, mag-assume ka talaga. Pero ito, no? So, sabihin na natin assumption lang din yan. Yan. So, hindi mo sure kung ano mangyayari. So, tingnan natin kung tama ba yung assumption na going to the right, no? So, after putting a virtual unit load, step 3 na tayo, we will now calculate the member forces of all member forces. O calculate, katulad ng ginawa natin dito, mag-calculate ulit tayo ng member forces. So, 2 beses tayong gagawin yan, no? But in this case, mas madali na siya kasi onti na lang yung mga forces na applied. Okay? So, try natin i-calculate. So, unahin natin yung reaction dito sa vertical reaction. So, summing moment at A. Summing moment at A, so clockwise ang bubuhin nito. So, that is 1 times. That is 1 times distance 3. So, divided by, so counterclockwise dapat gawin nito, no? So, dapat mag-upward na to. Okay? About point A. So, that is unknown value times the distance 4. Okay, so that is 0.75 yung reaction mo dito. Okay, so of course, yung magiging reaction mo dito, wala namang other vertical loads, ito lang, magiging downward din to, which is also 0.75. Ano yung magiging horizontal component nito? Going to the left, which is equivalent to 1. Mas madali na lang computing yung mga forces dito. Okay, mag-solve naman tayo ng mga member forces. So, saan yung pinakamadaling simulan? Of course, doon sa onti lang yung member. 2 lang yung member, tsaka 0 force lahat to, di ba? Kasi walang nag-act dito, walang magka-counter sa member na to, walang magka-counter sa member na to. 0 force ito. 0 force yan. Kaya ba? Okay, dito naman tayo sa joint A. Sa joint A, so sa aming horizontal forces, so going to the left to, ito dapat member na to, or itong joint na to, mag-going to the right. Okay, itong member na to. So that is tension, dapat tension din sa joint B. Okay? Sa aming vertical forces, downward to. So, dapat itong member na to, upward. Okay? Wait lang. Na-miss ko yung, so, 1 pala dapat. Okay? Bakit naging 1? Kasi, considering this joint, okay, joint A, ayan, tension siya. Tension din dito. So, kung 1 to the left, dapat 1 to the right. Wala namang other forces. So, may downward ka dito. Okay, of course, dapat upward to. So, kung that is tension, tension din ito. So, anong value niyan? 0.75. Okay? So, itong member na lang yung kulang natin. So, kung downward ito, so, dapat may mag-resist sa kanya na upward. Okay, so dapat upward ito. Okay, so may vertical component na upward. So, ano yung value niya? kung that is compression din siya dito. So, ilagay mo na agad yung direction niya, no? Kasi, baka, huwag ka maglalagay, no? So, ito yung mga nakikita kong ibang solution, no? So, mga classmate ko, na namamali ng lagay. So, baka malagay mo siya dito sa gitna. Ayan. So, baka pag inanalyze mo to, ayan, nakita mo na tension siya. So, mas maganda nilalagay mo siya sa dulo, malapit sa joint. Ayan, ganyan ako mag-solution. So, para hindi ka na nag-at joint pa, no? So, ito na lang. So, dito mo na siya mismo ilagay. So, wag isa lang, no? Kasi baka malito ka. Baka masabi mo, when you analyze this joint, tension yan. Okay, so, dalawa dapat lalagyan natin. Okay, so, ngayon, nasa joint B na tayo. Ano magiging value nito sa aming vertical forces? So, yung 0.75 should be equal to the vertical component of this member. So, anong vertical component yan? 3/5. That is 1.25. Compression, so we should put negative, no? So, again, hindi mo naman kailangan ilagay negative. Basta nakikita mo yung direction na to. Okay, mas okay lang tignan kasi pag tinable mo siya, madali siyang makita. Okay, table na natin siya. So, after calculating the member forces, na-calculate na natin yung member forces ng real and virtual, ilalagay na natin siya sa table natin. Okay? So, medyo naiba siya sa kanina, no? Sa presentation, iba ba siya? Sa slide. So, it's up to you naman mahalaga. And, parehas pala. Parehas pala. Ayan. So, i-input na natin siya sa ating, so ito yung real loads, ito yung virtual loads. Virtual member forces, real member forces, which is your N, and the virtual forces, which is your small letter N. The length of the beam should be needed here, or rather, length of the truss. The cross-sectional area of the truss, which is stated on the problem earlier. So, sinabi yung cross-sectional area ng mga member natin kanina sa problem. So, nilagay ko na siya dito. And the modulus of elasticity, so, still naman lahat yan, pare-parehas, 200 times 10 raised to 6. In kilopascal, in square meter, in meter, in kilonewton. Yan. So, input mo lang, AB. AB, that is 30. Alin pa? BC. Take note, kapag ka-compression, negative, tension, positive. So, kaya nilagay ko na agad siya dito. Para pag nilagay mo siya sa table, madaling makita. So, BC is negative 45. CD is 0. AD is 22.5. BD. Yan, negative 37.5. Your N here, again, we are calculating only here the horizontal displacement at B. N naman natin is for AB, that is 1. BC, that is negative 1. BC is 0. CD is 0 also. AD, 0.75. Okay, so BD, negative 1.25. So length, may length tayo dito. AB, 4 meters. BC, 3 meters. CD, 4 meters din. AD is, 3 meters. BD is 5 meters, no? Pythagorean theorem. Okay, so we can now calculate N. So, PL over AE lang, no? So, actually, di mo kailangan memorize kasi PL over AE lang, di ba? Tapos, multiply mo na lang dito. So, PL over AE. Okay, so, ayan. Fix naman yung 200 times 10 raised to 6. Ayan, so, ilagyan na lang natin ng cross-sectional area. Lagyan muna natin ng N. Okay, unahin natin to. Okay. Para mabilis kayo mag-compute, no? So, i-ano nyo na lang siya. A, B, C, D. Okay, then mag-calc kayo. Calc. A is 30, B is 1, 4, tapos A is 0.00. Okay, syntax error. So, dapat. Okay, so, okay, so, answer, 0.002. 1, 2, 3. Tama ba? Is 1, 2, 0.00, 1, 2, 3. Mali 30, 1, 4, 0.0003. Okay, yan pala, sir. 0.002. Okay, so yan. 0.002, ito, 0 na yan kasi may 0 ka na multiplier. 0 na rin ito. Tapos, dito na tayo sa member AD. So, calc 22.5, 0.75, 3, 4. Okay, so, ayan, 0.000633. Ayan. Ito, calc. Negative 37.5, negative 1.25, 5, 0. Okay, so answer 0.002344. Okay. So after that, you just have to take the summation of this one. No? Sum mo lang lahat yan, add mo 0.002 up to this last member. So ang answer mo dyan is the displacement of your joint D, horizontal displacement. So positive 4.977, meaning your assumption of your unit virtual load is correct pag positive yung lumabas dito. In millimeters, so going to the right, so that is your answer. So that's it, no? That's how we calculate the displacement of the joint. So isa pa lang yan. So kapag lahat yan pinakalculate, of course, gagawa ka ng maraming table yan. So uulitin mo lahat yung procedure. Well, in fact, ano na lang yung babaguhin mo. So ito, hindi mo na kailangang ulitin to. Kasi yan na yung real loads. Ano lang yung nababago? Ito lang yung mababago mo dyan. Yung virtual unit load. Okay? Ito lang yung mababago dyan. So, hindi mo na kailangang ulitin to. So, itabi mo na to sa solution mo. So, solve ka na ulit. Kung you are after for the different, halimbawa, vertical displacement naman ng joint D. So, babaguhin lang natin yung virtual unit load. So, sa table mo, so, itabi mo na to. Yan. Itabi mo na yan. Tapos, ito na lang babaguhin mo. Okay, so let's say, next natin is the vertical displacement at D. Okay, so ito naman. So, itabi mo na to. Tapos, mag-solve ka naman ng panibago. Okay. Vertical displacement, assume ko na downward. Okay, pag nag-negative, mali yung assumption ko. So, let's begin. So, sa aming, ito. So, itong 1 unit load, directly siya tumatama sa point A. So, wala siyang moment, di ba? Walang moment. Ibig sabihin, dapat walang gawing moment to si B. Ditong vertical reaction dito. So, dapat 0 to. Di ba? So, directly. Walang moment na gagawin tong 1 na to. Yan. So, ibig sabihin yung vertical reaction dito, dapat 1 na. Kasi yun na yung sasagot na lang dito eh. Di ba? Okay, so yung horizontal reaction, 0. Sa aming vertical forces, no? 1. Silang dalawa na yung magsasagutan. Okay, so member forces na. We're done with the reaction. So, joint C ulit tayo. 0, 0 yan. Walang ika-counteract yan. So, dito naman tayo sa joint A. Sa aming horizontal, so dapat 0 rin to. Ayan, 0 siya. Bakit 0? Okay, kasi sa aming horizontal, so 0 to, dapat wala tong i-resist. How about this one? So, upward, downward to, no? Tama ba? Downward siya yung magre-resist. Okay, so dapat dito, compression yan, compression din to. So, downward, upward, sa aming vertical, 1 to. Okay, compression is negative. So, kung titingnan natin si joint B, lahat ng tumatama na force, 0. So, ano pang ano neto? 0 na rin. Okay, so, ang daming 0. So, which is, maganda siyang indication kasi madali lang i-solve yan pag tinable natin. Puro 0. So, again, tinanggal ko lang to, papalitan mo lang ngayon ng ito. No? This is assumption first. No? Pag nag-negative yung answer natin dyan, mali yung assumption na downward. Okay, so nandito niya siya, no? Hindi na natin tinanggal. Ito na lang yung papalitan. So, AB, 0. BC, 0. CD, 0. AD, negative 1. Okay, BD is 0. So, huwag mo na yung calculate to. 0 naman lahat yan. Ito na lang, AD. So, 0 na lahat yan. AD na lang. So, PL over AE. Multiply, no? PL over AE times multiply so negative 1. So, 22.53 over 0.004 over E. Okay, so answer. Okay, so answer negative, no? Okay, sum mo lahat to. Ito rin naman yung answer dyan. So, answer is negative 0.00844 meter in millimeter kasi in reality, napakaliit lang talagang displacement. Hindi natin nakikita yung displacement sa mga trusses. Nagdi-displace yan. Yung mga bubong nyo, no? Upon construction, tas nangyari, na may mga load na na-apply, nagde-deform yun. But napakaliit lang yun, no? So, in millimeter, 0.844 millimeter. So, mali yung assumption natin na downward. Okay? Mali yung assumption. So, dapat pala, upward to. But you don't need to recalculate it, no? So, just put here, upward. So, that's your final answer. So, again, next. We're done with the displacement at D. So, of course, we can calculate the total displacement. So, for the total displacement, you have vertical and horizontal displacement. Just take the square root. Okay, so, or just take the resultant of the displacement. Okay, so lagyan yung direction kasi para alam mo kung nasan yung resultant. So, ano ulit to going to the right, to upward. So, kung di-displace to ng point D, hindi dito, horizontal displacement, pupunta siya dito, vertical dito. Ibig sabihin, kapag kinuha mo yung resultant ng dalawa, somewhere here, yung magiging joint din na. Hindi dito. Okay, so ano yung distance na to? Okay, ano yung displacement niya? So, just get the resultant of this, no? Square root of 4.977 square plus 0.844 square. So, that is equal to 5.048. So, what is the total displacement at V? Total displacement na agad, no? We need to calculate the horizontal and vertical. Pero hindi mo naman lagi kailangan mag-calculate nun. Okay? Ng horizontal and vertical. Bakit? Tingnan mo yung point B. Okay? So, kailangan ba natin i-calculate yung vertical displacement niyan? Hindi na po. Bakit? Kasi tingnan mo to, roller yan. Okay, roller, meaning hindi siya mag-move upward and downward. Diba? Ang free lang siya to move horizontally, meaning there will be no displacement vertically. So you don't need to calculate. So yung horizontal displacement lang yung kakalculate natin dito. So that is already the total displacement of point B. Okay? So sa point A, kapag pinalcalculate yung total displacement, 0 yan. 0 kasi ang hinge hindi pwedeng maggalaw pa ganyan, bawal din gumanyan. Okay? Bawal vertically, bawal horizontally. So again, sa joint B or sa joint B ang displacement lang yan is horizontal. Okay? So if we are after for the displacement of B, all we have to do, no? First step, calculate the force member due to the real load, which is already done. Then next, apply a virtual unit load sa joint B. Kung horizontal displacement, dapat horizontal ang virtual unit load. So this is assumption. So meaning, assumption lang yung ating direction dito. So di pa tayo sure kung going to the right ba talaga siya. Pero I think going to the right din kasi may tutulak dito. Itong member na to, pag tinulak mo, rigid naman yun. Tutulak din to going to the right, no? But you can imagine naman, no, that as a CE, dapat kaya na-imagine na natin nangyayari, no? Okay, so going to the right, tatama dito yung line of action niya. So dapat walang moment to. Pag nag-moment ka at point A, okay, so walang moment siya gagawa. So dapat 0 na yung reaction dito. Sa aming vertical forces, wala ka namang other vertical forces. Yung vertical reaction mo dito, that should be equal to 0. Sa aming horizontal forces, ito lang yung external horizontal load mo. So, dapat going to the right ito. Start tayo sa joint C. O, 0, 0 na yan kasi wala ka namang other external joint or external force at joint C. Saan pa? Sa joint A naman, sa aming horizontal, dapat going to the right to tension. So, tension din siya at joint B. So, equal siya sa 1. Ito naman, 0 na to. Bakit? Kasi sa aming vertical forces, 0. Kung 0 to, 0 to, so, wala nang sasagutin tong member na to. 0 na dapat to. Okay? So, tapos na lahat ng member. So, ayan. So, meron na tayong, actually, ito lang, no? Ito lang yung nagkaroon ng value 1, which is 1. Okay? So, input na natin sa ating table. So, don't need to recalculate again, no? This real member forces. So, ito lang yung papalitan natin. So, ito, AB is 1. Okay, 0 na lahat to, no? 0, 0, 0, 0. Meaning, okay, ito lang yung magkaka-value dito. So, PL over AE times N. So, 0.002. Ito, 0 na lahat. So, positive lumabas. Meaning, okay, ang answer natin dito, sum mo lang lahat to. Okay, that is 0.002 meter or 2 millimeter. Tama yung assumption mo na going to the right. Okay? Going to the right, that is 2 millimeter. So, you can use this method, no? Try nyo balikan yung mga problem nyo doon sa strength of materials kung same yung makukuhang answer using this method, no? Virtual work method. So, nakalimutan ko yung tawag na method na yun. Actually, wala yata yung pangalan. Method nyo sa, ginagamit nyo sa strength of materials, no? But, you can try, this method doon sa mga problem. Actually, mas madali itong gamitin doon kasi limited lang kayo sa 3-member force yata. O 3-member, no? Na of the truss. Yan. So, kung i-visualize natin to, no? Using this displacement. So, somewhere here. So, parang kahaba ngayon si AD kasi somewhere mapupunta dito yun. Kasi aangat siya na pupunta sa left. Okay, ito yung displacement niya from this point. Ito yung 5.0.8. Nandito sa point D. Si point B naman, hahaba siya. Okay, mag-elongate itong member na to. Itong joint C, para sure ka kung nasaan siya, isolve mo rin yung displacement. Pero, sa tingin ko, no, pupunta siya sa baba kasi ida-downward siya nito. Okay, ibababa siya nito. Magko-compress to no? Magko-compress. So, somewhere mapupunta siya dito. Kasi may tumutulak dito na member. So, siguro ganito yung maging deflection. But, para makasure ka, solve mo rin deflection. Hindi na kasi tinanong dito yung deflection. So, maging ganyan yung total. Yung after load, exaggerated lang to guys, no? Hindi naman siya kita in actual. Exaggerated lang yung displacement niya. Pero in actual, hindi mo kita yun. So, this will be your displaced beam. Okay? So, that is your, displaced truss members. This is your final answer. Okay? Yeah. Okay, so let's try to compute a trust na mas marami pang members para mas ma-appreciate niyo yung virtual work, no? Yan. So, ito. Dinoble ko na siya, no? Para sa isa sa real, ito sa virtual. Okay, so determine the vertical displacement of joint C. Joint C lang naman pinapahanap. Of the truss. Each member has cross-sectional area of 300 square millimeter. With E is 200 gigapascal, use the method of virtual work. Okay, solve muna natin yung reaction. So, pag mag-solve ka ng mga ganitong truss, so una mo titignan kung symmetrical ba siya, para madalian kang mag-solve ng reaction. Kung symmetrical siya, mabilis na siya mag-solve yung reaction yan. Kung symmetrical yung loading, symmetrical yung span, yan, 4, 4, 4, 4. Ibig sabihin, symmetrical din dapat yung vertical reaction dito. 3 plus 3 plus 4. So, that is 10. So, downward lahat. Dapat upward total 5. Okay? So, solve na natin yung mga member forces on each. Okay? Solve na natin member forces using method of joint. So, mag-start tayo Okay, start tayo dito sa joint A. Lang. Okay. So, by titig method na lang. Kung upward to, ano yung magre-resist sa kanya na downward? Of course, ito member AH. Okay. Wala tayong horizontal component dito. Bakit? Kasi wala kang horizontal external force. Ayan. Wala. So, dapat, zero na yung horizontal component ng hinge na to. So, sa aming vertical forces, dapat downward yung reaction ng member na to. Ayan, downward. So, that is compression. So, dapat pag tinignan mo yung joint H, dapat compression din siya doon. So, ano magiging value niya? Sa aming vertical forces, so 5 is equal to, okay, the member force na itong AH, pero dapat vertical component. This is 3, 4, so 5, no? 5, 3 over 5. Okay, 3, 4, 5 yun yung 5 feet yung kanyang slope, 3, 4, 5. That's equal to 8.333 or 25 over 3. 25 over 3 compression, negative. Okay, sa aming horizontal forces, so 25 over 3, 25 over 3, going to the left yung horizontal component nito, no? Going to the left. So, of course, yung member force dapat nito going to the right. So, which is tension. So, sa joint B, tension din siya. Di ba? So, 25.3, 25 over 3, horizontal component is 4 over 5, no? 25 over 3, horizontal component is 4 over 5. 25 over 3, horizontal component, dapat ang kunin, 4 over 5. Is equal to, x, no? Actually, x ito pa. Is equal to the magnitude of this one. So, yun, 20 over 3. So, tension na positive. Okay. So, next tayo. Sa joint B, medyo madaming unknown. Pangit dyan. So, dito na tayo mag-start. So, sa aming horizontal, unahin natin. Kung going to the right to sa joint H, no, yung horizontal component nito going to the right. Dapat yung member HG is going to the left, which is compression. Compression din siya dito. Okay. So, compression. Ano value niya? So, yung horizontal component nito, kasi sa aming horizontal, ito lang din yung value niya. Diba? So, 25 over 3, horizontal component niya. 5 over 3 times 4 feet. 3. Okay, compression, which is negative. Dito naman, sa aming vertical forces, ito lang yung magbibigay ng vertical force, no, which is upward. So, kunin mo lang yung vertical component niya, upward siya, di ba? Ito, magre-resist siya ng downward dapat. So, at joint B, so upward naman siya kasi dapat tension, no, tension. So, upward, so kunin lang natin yung vertical component niya, yun na yung member HB, yun na yung force member HB. So, 25 over 3. Vertical component niya is 3 over 5. So, which is 5. 5 ka na dito. Okay, so, saan next? Okay na tayo dito. Okay na tayo sa tatlong member. Dito na tayo sa joint B. Dalawa na lang yung unknown. Okay, simulan natin. Sa aming vertical. Kasi pag nagsaming horizontal ka, dalawa unknown dyan, di ba? Tingnan mo. Ano yung unknown sa aming horizontal? Ito. Tsaka yung horizontal component ni BG. Mag-start ka lang sa aming vertical kasi isa lang unknown mo. Okay, so tingnan natin. So ito downward 3, may upward ka na 5. So kulang si 3, dagdagan mo siya. Saan manggagaling? Dito sa member na to. So dapat downward to, di ba? So, hindi siya assumption, no? Sure ka dyan sa direction na yan. So that is compression. Sa joint G, compression din dapat siya. So isam lang natin yung forces. So we have 5 is equal to 3. So, mag-a-add yung vertical component nito. So, unknown pa siya ngayon. Kunin natin yung vertical component. Ano yung slope nito? Slope niyan is, vertical component niya is 3. Then, over 5. Mas-solve natin yung value niya. So, that is 3.333 or 10 over 3. Compression, 10 over 3 is negative. Okay, so, pwede na tayo magsaming horizontal. So, makikita nyo dito, no, at joint B, lahat going to the left, yung mga given mo na force. So, going to the left, 20 over 3. Going to the left, Ito, ano yung component niya na horizontally. So, there is no way na mag-left din siya, di ba? Dapat going to the right siya. So, which is tension. So, tension din siya sa joint C. So, add natin. 20. Yung sum na itong dalawa na to, yun na yun. No? 20/3. Sum ng horizontal component. So, 10/3 times yung horizontal component niya na 4/5. Okay, so that is 28/3. So, magnitude nito. So, wag mo ilalagay yung negative sign na to pag nagka-calculate ka. No? Iintindihin mo lang yung direction. Kasi yung negative sign doon yan para sa table. Okay, para hindi ka malito, wag kung saan ka mas comfortable, no? Tanggalin mo muna yung negative para hindi mo nakikita pag nagka-calculate ka ng summation of forces. Okay, so at joint C, we can start dito. At joint C, saming vertical forces, ayan. So, kita mo na agad na upward to kasi dalawa lang naman sila, no? Okay, dalawa lang sila na 4. So, that is tension away from the node C. Dapat tension din sa node G. So, tension na equal to 4. Okay? So, pansin nyo guys, no? Symmetrical yung ating truss. Okay, so isang isang tip na pag symmetrical yung truss, symmetrical din yung kanyang member forces. You don't need to calculate all of these forces again kasi same lang din naman yan dito. Ibalik ka rin mo lang din yan, yan pa rin yan. Symmetrical yung truss natin. Yan lahat yan. Okay. Even you check this, no? So mag-sum ka ng forces dito, 0 lahat yan. Okay, so meron na tayong member forces due to the real loads. Okay, due to the real loads. So next, anong question nga ulit dito? Displacement at joint C. Ibig sabihin, you remove the real loads. Okay, you remove the real loads and then you want to know the displacement at joint C. Apply a virtual unit load. Sa joint C lang. Okay, vertical displacement yung hinahanap, kaya vertical dapat i-apply natin. So, assume direction, pero sa tingin ko tama na to, kasi lahat ng mga force mo dito ay downward naman lahat, di ba? Unless meron kang upward force dyan, pwedeng hindi ka sure kung ano magiging direction pa nito. Okay, so downward na to. So, well, anyway, we can check later on if that is negative. So, mali yung ating assumption. Okay. So, symmetrical for 0.5. So, start ulit tayo sa joint A. Summing vertical forces. Okay, upward to, dapat downward siya. Okay, compression. So, compression din siya dito. So, summing vertical forces, 0.5 is equal to the vertical component of member AH. So, that is 3/5. Answer, 0.83 or 5/6. So, that is negative, 5/6. Sa aming horizontal forces, kung going to the right to, no? Yung horizontal component nito going to the right, dapat ito going to the left, which is tension sa at joint B. So, kunin mo lang horizontal component nito, yun na yun, di ba? Kasi pag nag-sum sila, sa aming horizontal. So, 5/6, horizontal component, 4/5. So, 2/3. Okay? 2/3. Okay na tayo dito sa at joint H na tayo. Joint H. Sa aming horizontal forces, going to the right to. Dapat going to the left to. Compression siya dito. So, kunin mo lang yung horizontal component nito, no? 5/6, ito na yun. Which is 2/3 yun, di ba? 2/3 yung horizontal component nyo. Sa aming vertical forces, vertical component nito, ito na rin yun. Ano ba yung vertical component niya? Ito na rin yun, di ba? Okay, so upward ito, downward, tension, so tension, which is 0.5. Okay? So, joint B na tayo. So, saan maganda mag-start? So, sa aming vertical, no? Sa aming vertical. Kasi pag nagsaming horizontal ka, dalawa yung unknown mo. Sa aming vertical, you have upward, 0.5. Dapat downward to, which is compression. Compression siya dito. So 0.5 is equal to the vertical component of VG, which is 3/5. Okay, VG is 0.83333. Okay, or 0.833 or ano to? 5/6, no? Compression, that should be negative, no? Negative ang compression natin. So, dito na tayo sa aming horizontal. So, 2/3 plus the horizontal component of 5/6. So, sa aming horizontal, di ba, going to the left lahat to. So, dapat going to the right ito. Tension din siya. So, 2/3 plus 5/6. Horizontal component, 4/5. Okay, so 4/3 positive kasi tension. So, dito sa aming vertical forces at joint C, huwag ka na mag-joint G kasi may hirapan ka dyan. So, joint C tayo. Dalawa lang unknown or isa lang unknown sa aming vertical. So, downward, dapat ito upward. Tension din to. So, 1 ito. Sa aming, okay, so, reflect mo na lang yung mga values kasi this is symmetrical. Metrical yan. So, reflect mo lang yung values. Yan dito. Okay, reflect the values and also the direction of the member forces. Okay. So, yan. So, isa lang naman pinapala-solve sa atin dito. Joint C lang. Sige. So, ito na yung table natin. Ilagay natin. Ayan. So, ito na yung mga, ano natin, length, nilagay ko na. Same lang sila lahat ng cross-sectional area. Ng modulus of elasticity, ang nagbago lang yung mga member forces. So, AB is 20/3. So, ilagay ko na dito, no? Ayan. So, ang common error dito, baka mapagpalit mo, no? Yung mga member forces. Sobrang dami. Kapag marami na yung member ng truss mo, okay, so baka mamali ka na ng pag-input. So, be careful lang. Ilagay mo rin yung corresponding virtual forces niya, no? Okay, virtual forces. Check natin. Okay, yan. So, AB, 20/3, DE. It's up to you kung paano may susunod-sunod yan. Wala naman yung kaso. Yan. Ano ba ginawa? AB, DE. Ito layo. Kasi parehas. Kasi parehas ng value. No? Pinag-match ko sa kabila. AB tsaka DE. Tapos BC, at tsaka DC. AH at tsaka BE. Depende sa yung paano mo susunod. Pwedeng AB, BC, CD, DE, no? Para madaling makita. Ayan. So, yan. Tapos sulat mo lang dito naman yung yung sa virtual unit load member forces. Ayan. So, yun lang. Then, calculate yung NL/AE. Isayin mo yan. Medyo marami. Okay. Nag-positive lahat, no? Positive lahat kasi negative. Ayan, nagmamatch naman sila. So, magiging positive. So, sum mo lang lahat yan. So, answer, ito. No? In millimeter, tama yung assumption natin. Pag nag-positive, tama yung assumption of the direction of the virtual unit load. Okay? Tama yung assumption natin. So, answer, downward na 4.914 millimeters. So, that's it, no? For the virtual work method on trusses.